Like I said, those big hits like Diallo had in the corner over there, it like just sparks the energy up for a team. And I think it's the plays like that that make a difference between, you know, getting a couple more goals, getting the adrenaline going to put the puck in the back of the net a couple more times. And very solid period from Somerset. They know 100% they can outplay this team. I feel like they really need to just keep on upping their confidence and ride their momentum out for the rest of the regular season if they really want to make an impact in the playoffs. McKenna's a great skater. Even last year, he wasn't really as prominent on the stat sheet, but you see him this year, it's completely changed. He's completely stepped up in this seniority role. They're just dominating on the scoreboard. They're dominating on the ice with their play. But, you know, at this point, it's just one of those games where you got to let the young guys get extra time in. You got to let the third and fourth liners get as much time as they can, because, you know, next year when all these seniors are gone, they're going to need experience for these young guys. So also, going back to Gavin Rodriguez, I have to wonder if his change in play this season is because of his job security being in jeopardy last year. You remember Minash and him were going back and forth. It's like, who do you start, the hot hand? This year, Rodriguez is like, nah, I'm taking the job and I'm staying here. So respect to him. And also, John, I noticed this season specifically, a common theme for the Raiders has been they're kind of like a slow starting team. You see in the first period, it takes a while for them to get their legs under them. Just like what happened against Plymouth North, they didn't show up to the beginning of the second period. Second goal of the game and second goal on the season. Excellent play by Somerset there. That was one of the best plays I've seen them set up all year. Yeah, you know Taunton's players are going to come out firing immediately. I mean, they're going to be extra motivated to get that record for their coach. Yeah, Dartmouth is never an easy team to play at all, and I honestly feel like they played a decent game tonight. It just came down to, again, disciplines. They threw the game away from themselves, but their breakouts were very clean. Taunton had very clean breakouts compared to Somerset, who were struggling most of the game, gaining zone entry. Besides those few opportunities they had on breakaways and odd man rushes, that's where most of Somerset's goals came from, is just capitalizing on their opportunities. If you both could individually send a message to your sons, what would it be?
It's been a great ride. We're very proud of you, your dad and I. You have a great future ahead of you.
And as I stressed coming into this game, this is a game where you kind of just wanted to get your confidence back up, back to normal after, you know, a couple of really tough losses. And this is certainly not a game that they want to sit on, and very, very tough matchups coming up ahead going into state. So, you know, they have a real quick turnaround, and they got to stay serious. And an excellent look by Bashis there. He just stood patient with the puck. He saw the passing lane wasn't there, so he creeped in, and he had all the time in the world to make that shot. Great play by Bashis. Going back to what you said about improvements, right? I feel like out of all the high school sports that, especially specifically this school has, hockey is definitely the hardest to improve because ice time is so expensive and so valuable. It's not like, you know, you can just get a ball and go on the football field or the soccer field or the basketball court. To really improve it, it's really hard. It's really hard, especially when you're not a private school with a lot of money and you don't get unlimited ice time.
For sure, Mikey. That's a valid point.
Usually, they start so hot to start the season. This year is the polar opposite. They were eliminated in the first round, didn't make the Prenda Cup final for the first time since 2006, and you see them just rebound and improve to an 8-6 team when they started the season like 1-2 and 1-3. So it's very impressive turnaround by this Raiders squad. Somerset might be just resorting to the power run a little bit too much. I'd like to see them sling the rock a little bit more and see if they can get more success out of that, but I just feel like they're not changing up the question enough right now, and Aponequid seeming to adjust pretty well to this Somerset run-heavy offense.
Mikey, a excellent first-half performance by the Raider offense where the passing game has been about as prominent as we've seen all season other than the Fairhaven contest.
Yeah, I feel like Somerset's a very run-heavy team with the double-wing T, but it's nice to know that they're starting to pass the ball a little bit more. When I was in high school, we mostly ran the ball and ran a lot of power, so yeah, I'm excited to see the diverse offense now.
If you're in Nick Freitas' head right now, what do you think his thought process is? Your team is up 22-0, but this DR team has shown that their offense can strike at any moment, so what's the mentality?
Yeah, just really don't get complacent. Keep trying to run the ball down their throats and pass them when you can, but just try not to make any clumsy mistakes and just play smart football, simply.
That's going to play a factor. Some of these players are going to have to deal with high winds and cold temperatures tonight.
To be honest, I feel like this is exactly what Coach Freitas and the Raiders want, because we saw it against DR last couple weeks ago. on the 18th, they ran the ball down DR's throats for 8 minutes and scored a successful drive. Just milked the clock. They were up by what, like 3-4 scores. Just ran power run left and right for an 8-minute drive, and that killed basically the whole game. What I think is special about this rivalry game is both the Raiders and the Falcons have extra motivation to win this game because a lot of them play Pop Warner football with each other. So these kids grew up playing years and years and years worth of football with each other. And, to face off against each other in high school, it means a whole lot more that you don't see at any other matchup around this area. Yeah, John, they keep going back to that ISO play, and it just keeps seeming to work out for them. As soon as the Raiders start to catch on, that's when they change up the question on them and start passing the ball. The Raiders need to basically do something similar and get a really, really big play right now.
Paxton back to throw, and again it's intercepted. Austin Parker looking to run it back. Parker nearing the 50-yard line.
I mean, they ran the ball greatly all night. There's no really complaints on either side of the ball that I saw. Yeah, just keep the energy going. Like, despite the record, you still have a chance of winning the conference. So just stay strong and try to just keep riding the momentum.